I graduate in May of 2024 and I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and get started practicing medicine.
I will be the first person in my family to go to college.
We're making great strides in the area of childhood obesity and that prevention.
Leela is helping me become a graphic artist.
Pennington Biomedical is helping people manage diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, and lose weight.
Those are some of the people that the LPFA has helped over the last 50 years.
The mission of the Louisiana Public Facilities Authority is to issue bonds which fund programs and projects which benefit Louisiana and its citizens to further education, health care, economic development, and job creation.
It makes Louisiana a better place to live, work, and raise our families.
We serve as a conduit issuer of taxable and tax-exempt bonds for Louisiana and its citizens.
This saves taxpayer money and helps build key projects.
Over our 50-year history, the LPFA has helped create jobs and economic development by helping finance capital projects for our clients and our partners throughout the state of Louisiana.
And the people of the state have benefited from that creation. And they benefited from that creation by the number of jobs offered on a yearly basis from 8,000 to 11,000. They benefited from the terms of the capital structures being built, such as bridges, such as buildings, higher education institutions, such as public school buildings, such as healthcare facilities. They benefited by an improvement in the quality of life throughout the state, in each community.
An important division of the LPFA is LELA, the Louisiana Education Loan Authority. The LELA division provides free assistance to college-bound students.
After a 30-year career in the health industry, I decided to become a nurse so that I would be able to better care for people, to help them through their illnesses and injuries, and to be able to help them meet their healthcare goals.
We have a partnership with LELA. With so many of our students being first-generation college students, a lot of parents have not been through this process before. So to have that extra help that LELA provides is so instrumental to our families here.
Parents and students alike tell me without this help, they would be confused, it would be complicated, it would be a longer process, and they are appreciative of the fact that the service is available.
As the LPFA celebrates its 50th anniversary, we can proudly say we've issued over $30 billion in bonds to help Louisiana and its citizens provide better health care, education, making it more affordable and accessible for all our families throughout the state.
People in every corner of Louisiana are better off due to the work of the LPFA.
A self-supporting organization that serves as a conduit issuer of both taxable and tax-exempt bonds for qualifying public and private entities.
In 1974, I received a call from Governor Edwin Edwards, and he asked me if I would serve on the board of directors of Louisiana Public Facilities Authority. We were very excited about helping projects. We were very excited about creating some projects, and we were extremely excited about creating jobs.
LPFA's services have been valuable to many organizations by helping them to secure capital for a wide range of projects that have had a positive impact on the lives of virtually every man, woman, and child in Louisiana. The LPFA's first issuance of $7.7 million in bonds was for St. Charles General Hospital in New Orleans in 1974, a project that not only improved the healthcare facility and increased the level of care provided to its patients, but led to the creation of 450 permanent jobs.
I was with a group of doctors practicing medicine in uptown New Orleans. And we became unhappy with the hospital care that was available to our patients that we could use. And so we were always looking for another hospital to use for outpatients. Fortunately, we became aware of LPFA, and we contacted them, and they agreed to help us receive the funds and issue the bonds that were needed to buy the hospital from the hospital group that owned it. Now, at the time this was going on, interest rates in the country were rising rapidly, and I believe they were over 10% at the time. And it was extremely difficult to get funding from any other source. So the LPFA was a godsend for us. It really gave us what we needed. If it wasn't for the LPFA stepping in and helping us fund the purchase, I believe the hospital would probably have closed.
We've helped provide funds that have been used to improve access to state-of-the-art health care in almost every Louisiana parish.
I've been on the board for 16 years of the LPFA. The LPFA has done a lot for Northeast Louisiana, some through economic development, and some through things you really don't see. One of those things being the bond bank program, where the LPFA actually loans money to smaller municipalities that otherwise would not have the money to go in there and buy a fire truck, make upgrades to their sewer system or their water system. So there's so many things that you don't see that the LPFA really does behind the scenes, but then there's some things you do see that are obvious. Improvements to St. Francis when FMOL borrows money, the building of VCOM on the University of Louisiana Monroe campus. Those are things that are obvious, and those are things that the LPFA plays a huge part in being a conduit for those bonds.
Medical school was brought to this state for one reason, that is to put more doctors in rural Louisiana, but also for the underrepresented minorities of this state as well. This is a medical school where we train multiple specialties can come out of this medical school as well, and that all depends on what residency the student chooses. But about 65% of our physicians will choose a primary care residency following this. Another interesting fact about that is about 65% of those will stay in this area. So we plan on bringing the population of rural physicians to Louisiana up in numbers over the years.
I've always wanted to be a doctor, and after living in Louisiana for the last several years, I've really decided that rural Louisiana is the right place for me to practice medicine.
I'm from Lincoln Parish, and I want to practice in rural areas because when I was shadowing, I saw the effects of not having access to health care and the effects of a physician shortage. And so I want to see if I can make a difference in doing that. And so practicing rural health care would be the way to do so.
It's brought a sense of pride to the university. The building is absolutely beautiful. You've got young med students walking around the town, walking around the campus. You've got professors that are basically moving to our community. So it's not only a gem as far as an architectural building, it's also huge for economics for Northeast Louisiana.
Our Lady of the Lake in Baton Rouge, Lafayette General, Christus Shumpert and Willis Knighton in Shreveport, Truro in New Orleans, Byrd Memorial in Vernon Parish. The list of hospitals and clinics, as well as long-term care facilities in every corner of the state, goes on and on. Through the LPFA's involvement, not only have healthcare facilities improved, but so have the health outcomes for literally thousands of patients statewide. Providing better healthcare facilities certainly benefits those who seek medical treatment. Learning what causes diseases and other critical health conditions, and then determining the best course of action to treat, and more importantly, how to prevent medical conditions, has continued to remain important to the LPFA. It is essential to ensuring that citizens have access to the knowledge and tools they need to live better, longer. Critical to its mission, the LPFA has and continues to support medical research as it seeks to explore these issues. The Pennington Biomedical Research Center is just one example.
The support we've had from LPFA has resulted in many research findings from Pennington that have improved the health of all Americans, including those from Louisiana.
Pennington has been just an amazing partner. I don't think we would have come this far without them. And I think we take advantage of knowing that Pennington's right down the street and it's a global research entity. So they've been our right hand, they've partnered with us, they have a lot of online tools that we can use and resources. So we go hand in hand, and we greatly appreciate the work that they're doing.
We've been very encouraged with the response from all Americans, and in particular those in Louisiana, who've supported our research on childhood obesity over the years, including LPFA. Not only are they really supporting Pennington now and the type of work we do, they're supporting the next generation of scientists. We make a strong push at Pennington to train the next generation of researchers in obesity and type 2 diabetes, for example.
The resources of the LPFA have also been utilized to strengthen our educational facilities and the opportunities they provide to students across the educational spectrum.
The confidence grew between ourselves and LPFA, and it's made a difference. There's not a question about it that it has made a difference to where the LSU as a system is today.
The LSU, Southern, and University of Louisiana systems, Loyola, Tulane, Centenary, Dillard, Xavier. The value of these important educational assets have all been increased due to the relationships they've built with the LPFA and our ability to respond to their unique needs.
I can say without any question that had we not had LPFA's assistance, we would not have gotten to where we are today. We could not have afforded the interest rates and principal payments at the time, and LPFA came in with us to help us modify what we were going to be paying every year, and as our enrollment grew, it made it possible for us to make those payments as they were coming due, and it was just an alternative that we needed, and it came about at a great time for all of us.
Certainly, higher education has been a benefactor of the special bond financing and grant programs fostered by LPFA. But in recent years, LPFA has also become actively involved in securing capital for numerous elementary and secondary educational facilities across the state. Supporting improved health care and education is clearly a part of our mission. But supporting efforts to provide affordable housing for those facing substandard options is equally relevant to our goal of improving the overall well-being of Louisianans. Funds secured through the LPFA's access to bond markets have been used to construct modern apartments and other housing units that provide modern, safe living environments for families and individuals of all ages. They're found in Monroe, Alexandria, Lake Charles, every major metropolitan area, as well as small towns and communities throughout the state. Literally hundreds of industrial and manufacturing projects have found needed capital to jumpstart their efforts and create jobs through the LPFA's bond issuing resources. LPFA funding has helped build and expand refining, chemical and wood product manufacturing facilities, agricultural services, telecommunications operations, commercial transportation centers, and improved electric generating and distribution capabilities. These have all provided excellent employment opportunities, strengthened the tax base for vital government services, and improved overall economic conditions in Louisiana, a rising tide that lifts all boats. The LPFA also provided funding for municipal and parish-wide water systems and sewage treatment projects, expanded fire protection capabilities, and helped finance numerous other public infrastructure improvements that all serve the public at substantial cost savings to the sponsoring entities. Notable, too, was the key role the LPFA played in saving the state's unemployment compensation program with a $1.3 billion bond issue and the massive effort to secure financing for post-Katrina and post-Rita reconstruction. All that the LPFA has accomplished is simply a preview of what's to come, a continuation of the same commitment to funding Louisiana's future. That future includes the support of venues in which new ideas and entrepreneurship can be fostered. As the Louisiana economy grows, so does the need for a well-educated workforce. The LPFA's role to assure that opportunities created will the opportunities fulfilled is found in the Louisiana Education Loan Authority, the education division of the LPFA. What began as a way to make college more affordable for Louisiana students has evolved into a source of information and assistance with college planning and financial aid. When Louisiana's need to attract and retain qualified teachers and nurses came to the forefront, LELA sprung into action, offering zero-interest college loans to certified or licensed graduates. The Help Teachers and Help Nurses program resulted in significant monthly savings to recipients at no cost to the state.
I think that the Help Teachers program has definitely helped me to appreciate everything that I have. When we first started teaching, my husband and I, having the interest waived was really important for us in just starting our careers, starting a family, and we're very grateful for it.
LELA has become a major partner in the effort to increase college attainment in Louisiana. LELA has also become the go-to organization for college scholarships.
The LELA division provides free assistance to college-bound students. We have a supplemental loan program at a discounted interest rate that students can apply for and help with their financing for college. We also offer free services for high school students. This is our outreach area. And the free application for federal student aid is the one application that students have to submit, and it's very cumbersome. So we actually assist these families in filing their FAFSA to see if they qualify for free money to go to college. A lot of them don't even realize that they may apply and get free money for college. So we help them with this form and get it submitted in a timely fashion.
We take advantage of the LELA program because they offer great benefits to our students. They usually offer lower interest rates, and they help students finance that gap when the federal aid is not enough to cover tuition and fees. The students can fall back on those private loans after they have exhausted all federal aid.
It was very important for me to have a student loan. Coming from a small town, didn't have a lot of money, so coming to a big city was a big change.
After a 30-year career in the health industry, I decided to become a nurse so that I would be able to better care for people, to help them through their illnesses and injuries, and to be able to help them meet their health care goals. I found out about the student loan through LELA from the financial aid department at FRANU. One very visible area of the state is the I-10 Calcasieu River Bridge in Lake Charles.
One of the things Earl Long did before he left office was he commissioned to have this bridge built, and that was a long time ago. And so this bridge is an important connector for this community, but it's also an important connector for the entire Gulf Coast. It is needed to be replaced for the last 30 years, and we are excited that we're finally getting to a spot where it looks like that replacement is actually going to come to fruition.
It's personally rewarding to be able to drive throughout the state of Louisiana and see projects the LPFA has financed over its 50-year history and the individual impact on communities that the LPFA has had in every corner of the state.
Over the last 50 years, LELA has assisted hundreds of thousands of students in going to college, many of whom would not have had the ability to attend college without LELA's assistance.
The LPFA team is very optimistic about the future, the next 50 years, and what services and programs that we can provide for the state of Louisiana, for the businesses and communities, and especially for the families, where we can bring financing needs at the lowest cost available and create a better quality of life for our Louisiana and our citizens.
The state has tremendous needs for development, a lot of capital needs. The LPFA will be the entity that will get a lot of those projects going probably in the smaller communities which will have less access to the big banks and to regular sources of capital, LPFA will give those initial funding that will then allow them to go to the bigger financial institutions and complete those projects.
If you look today, the 50th anniversary of the Louisiana Public Facilities Authority, where it is today, it is one of the strongest and most successful authorities in the state. And thank you, Louisiana Public Facilities Authority. Louisiana owes you much.
We will work to find new and innovative ways to support economic development with a focused Board of Trustees, a dedicated staff. I know that we will succeed. The next 50 years are bright and will far surpass what we've done to date.